Have you ever started a fast or felt lost or overwhelmed even or unclear on exactly why you're doing this in the first place? Or you haven't fully understood what you want to get out of it in the end? That stops today. I'll walk you through on exactly what I would do if this were my first time fasting or diving back into it. So come on, let's get into it. What's up, fasting family? I am your fasting prayer motivator, and I teach you how to adopt prayer and fasting as a lifestyle. Today, I will walk you through how I would approach my first fast, what questions I'd ask, and the steps I'll take to make it meaningful. The very first thing I would do is to start with my outcome or end goal first. What do I want to be true by the end of this fasting period? Or what do I want to walk away knowing? This is similar to how teachers develop their lesson plans or even fitness trainers train their clients. Starting with the end in mind provides guidance on the steps that you need to take in order to reach your end goal. Once we've established our end goal, our outcome, then we're on to our why. And I will answer several questions to help me get there. One, I'd ask myself, what are the top 3 areas of need in my life right now? Do I need provision? Do I need wisdom and direction? Or do I just simply need Jesus? It could be that simple. These are the things fasting will help you address by creating space for God to finally speak to those areas. But if you're like, I genuinely do not know why I need to fast, I just know I need to. It's all good because the Lord knows why you need to. He even tells us in Psalm 139 that He knows what we'll do before we even do it. He knows our coming and our going, our sitting and our rising. The Lord also tells us that He knew you before He formed you in your mother's womb. Therefore, He knows you better than you know yourself. So if I were you, I would simply ask Him, why should I be fasting? What should I be focusing on? And this will also train you how to hear from Him more and better. So take this time to be honest with yourself. Write it down, say it out loud. The more intentional your why, the more powerful your fast could be. The next thing I would do if this were my first time fasting is simply research other people's testimonies. I want to know who else is fasting or has fasted and what has been their results and outcomes. Did they receive what they were looking for? Did they get answers from God? Did they even get closer to God? That way, you will know if it could happen for someone else by faith, then it could definitely happen for you, okay? We are overcome by the word of our testimonies, all right? So this is what helps strengthen us. And this could also increase your faith and allow you to remain encouraged in your own time of prayer and fasting. I remember when I was looking for a career change into tech. Everybody was trying to get into tech. And I thought to myself, there is no way in heaven that I could get in this oversaturated field with no job experience, no background in tech at all. But I said, wait a minute. I don't need to get myself into tech. The Lord needs to because He's my Father and He provides for me. And He says that His thoughts towards me outnumber the grains of the sand. So that means He thinks highly of me and He believes that I could. So why wouldn't I believe? Long story short, I was able to break into tech in less than 1 year. I prayed about it. I fasted about it. And then I put my hand to the plow and I took action. And well, just know, it happened for me in less than a year, baby. I was working in tech, making double my income than where I was before. But this was birthed out of my fast and the faith that my fast created in me to believe God for this very thing. So if it can happen for me, it can happen for anyone else. And that's not just a job, but it's healing, it's deliverance, it's change, it's true transformation. It can happen for you too, so hey. Next, after you've laid a foundation and answered the questions and finally landed on your why, the next thing I would do is to decide what type of fast do I want to do. Now, not all fasting looks the same. Choosing the right kind of fasting that you have the capacity for in this season can make or break your experience. Now, I'd ask myself, what kind of fast do I feel led to do? Now, I'm assuming you've already done a tad bit of research on the different types of fasts, but think about what can you truly realistically sustain through God's grace, given my health, work, daily lifestyle, or even the level of my desperation. Am I able to do a full water fast? Or would a partial fast, like skipping certain meals or foods during the day, be better suited for me right now? Now, even in Daniel chapter 10 shows us Daniel's example, as he also chose a partial fast. Now, he chose not to eat certain foods. Now, these are choice foods for the sake of seeking favor and to be set apart from the king's men, because he still needed to perform intensive labor training in order to be set apart from the king's men. Now, that's in the scriptures. You can go ahead and read that. However, you do want a fast that stretches you, but doesn't break you to the point of you breaking it. So let it be obtainable. Just like a baby doesn't start off eating solid food right out of its mother's womb, or someone in fitness doesn't start off lifting or squatting 150 pounds during their first visit back to the gym in years. Yes, there are people that God called to a 40-day full dry fast like Moses or even Jesus himself. But guess what? Esther only needed just 3 days, because really all she had was 3 days. So she was really desperate. But Joshua needed just 7 days with the Lord's instructions in order to break down the walls of Jericho. And guess what else? David only needed 21 days with a select food choice in order to make a difference. Remember, this is a lifestyle, not a one-time thing. So listen, don't overwhelm yourself. The Lord is cheering you on. Whatever fast you decide to do, He's just happy that you are choosing to offer yourself as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to the Lord. Next, once you have the type of fast, you figured out your why, you figured out what your end goal is, do you know timing is critical? Okay, you have to ask yourself, how long will the fast last? Is this a single day? Is it a moment in a single day? Is it several days? Is it an ongoing, weekly, repeated routine where I am in constant state of fasting and humility? And let me tell you, this is my personal favorite because it teaches me what it truly means to pick up my cross, like it tells us in Luke, daily, and to follow Jesus. Fasting ongoing, daily, weekly keeps me more submitted to God, and it keeps me reminded of my shortcomings, my burdens, and those annoying life areas that I have to keep laying down at the feet of the Lord, like my patience. Yeah. But ask yourself, how often can I realistically fast without burning out? Your schedule matters here. Fasting doesn't have to be inconvenient, but it does require a tad bit of planning. Ecclesiastes 3 tells us that everything has its own season. Your fast should be able to fit into your life in a way that allows you to follow through consistently. So look at your calendar, consider your work, school, or family obligations, and pick a time that's realistic. You want to be able to fully engage in the spiritual side of fasting, not just surviving it. Now, having all of this is important and all, but not if you start with no idea on where to start or even what to do. And there are so many things that you can do during this time of prayer and fasting. Fasting isn't just about abstaining from food. It's about growing your connection with your maker, your creator, and your savior, okay? And what you fill your time with in these pockets of times that you would be eating matters. So again, if this was my first time fasting, I want to plan how many times a day am I praying? How many times am I reading scriptures related to my why for fasting or journal reflections? I'd even think about whether I'm listening to worship music or even recording my own prayers to keep me focused throughout the day. And yes, baby, I do record my own prayers and I like to listen to them back when I'm in the car, when I'm in the shower, when I'm at work, wherever, all right? I'd also consider attending a Bible study or a church service if possible, especially during the week, if that happens to be the time that you choose to pray and fast. These activities anchor your fast and help you to maintain spiritual clarity and momentum. I'd also make notes about how I feel physically, emotionally, spiritually throughout the day. You want to check in a few times to stay aware of what's happening inside of you. But trust me, there are so many other things that you can do as you are structuring your time of prayer and fasting. And I'd love to get down in the details with that one another time, but in another video. Now, all of this preparation sets the foundation for a successful fast. But I want to make sure you're fully set up to succeed. That's why I have handmade a downloadable PDF prayer and fasting roadmap for you. True, not just for you, but for me too. It is designed to steer us to clarity during each fast as we constantly discover our whys, the types of fasts we want to do, and when we want to do them. Because remember, this can be used every time you choose to pray and fast, because as long as the seasons will change and life is going to keep on lifing, baby, so will your purpose for praying and fasting also change over time. So remember, your fasting prayer motivator is here for you, but most importantly, so is your Savior, Jesus Christ, as well, okay? So if this was helpful for you, comment your own fasting experiences below and subscribe for more prayer and fasting tips, tricks, and content. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.